All right. It's that time again. Good evening, everybody. Late Night Crypto Talk. Bitcoin Brandon from Los Angeles here. Type in the chat box where you're listening in from. Bouger, Dallas, Texas. Mafoose, Laurel, Maryland. Gina Ray, Stan Williams, Tampa, Florida. Andrea Bernard, New Jersey. Brenda Abram from Oklahoma City. Lorna Vasquez, Hanford, California. Pat Davis, Atlanta, Georgia. Moshe Frazier. Man, that's like one of the dopest names to have walking around, man. Moshe Frazier, Philadelphia. Omar Jarrett, Bridgeport, Connecticut. Got a special crypto talk tonight. We're going to be talking about a topic that pops up in the news about once a month. Shane West from Chicago. Shane wants to be down when I come to Chicago 2 weeks. Hey, Shane, you order yourself a mining rig yet? I got to ask. Order that mining rig. Albert, Seattle. Jacqueline Briggs from Florida. As a disclaimer, I'm not a licensed financial advisor to Business Financial Advice. I read the news, give my opinion, share suggestions, and it is up to you to make an informed decision on which direction you want to move into. There's 4 rules I live by in the crypto space to have success. Rule number 1, education is key. Education is everything. Rule number 2, never invest money you cannot afford to lose. Rule number 3, always get a return on investment back as fast as possible. And rule number 4, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 6 months, a year from now? What do you want to do to make it happen? Find a vehicle, make a decision, stay focused. Do not get distracted. There's so many things out there that can distract you in this space. You have limited resources. Now, this is not going to guarantee you success, but this will at least minimize your risk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the most that we can ask for. All right, so let's go ahead and kick things off. Let me turn on my screen share. It's only 2 articles I'm going to cover tonight because I'm doing a presentation at the top of the hour. But it's going to be 2 interesting articles. And as a disclaimer, I got to say this now, anybody that is, what's the word, offended by the topic of sex, then when I come to my second article, then you're free to log off. I am not here to offend anybody. I cover the news. And every now and then, sex ends up in the crypto news space, at least once a month or so. So it happened again, only this time through Forbes magazine. So I got to give that heads up right now. This article is what we're going to cover first. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Dutch family. Oh, from my Bluetooth. Get that set up. All right. So let me put this link in the chat box. Did I already do that? No. I see a lot more people hopped on here. Let's see. We've got Abdul Wilds, Gregory Sistrunk, Latifa, Lashana, Bethany Gibbs, Patty Moore. Welcome, welcome. That's right. As Bethany says, make sure you hit that like button. And if you're subscribed, if you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the bell thing so that you can be alerted when I go live. All right, Dutch family man dumps his job and house to bet everything on Bitcoin and a crypto future. Now, this is going all in. I mean, literally all in. Whoa, what? NASDAQ says it can stop crypto market manipulation. Really? I'll save that one for tomorrow morning. All right, anyways. Look at all these other ones. Yeah, go away. I do not advise that you dump your life savings and everything into the crypto space. Does that mean you're wrong if you do so? No. You're taking a huge risk, and it may pay off for you, and it may not. I am always conservative when it comes to the crypto space, even though they say, scared money don't make money. That's true. But I can live with my little bit of profits and not end up losing everything because I'm being conservative. So I would not advise doing this, but let's read about a man who did. In a recent short film by the Wall Street Journal, a man who sold his house, car, and business to invest in Bitcoin. His name is Didi Taihutu, showcasing a striking case of crypto conviction that puts everything on the line. The film depicts how people can go to extremes to get off the grid in pursuit of their own personal version of happiness. The video opens with Taihutu making the ultimate commitment, getting the Bitcoin symbol tattooed on his arm. Okay, now you're just being silly. Get your your Bitcoin symbol tattoo. I mean, it's like, boyfriend and girlfriends tattooing each other's names. Although my dad has a big ass tattoo of my mom's name on his arm. But he got that too after how many years they were married? I think they're married 42 years right now. So I think he did that on their 30th wedding anniversary. So they were already married 30 years when he did that. But you're going to get the Bitcoin tattoo on your arm? I really think crypto will be the new money, he says. I can buy Lambos. I can buy Lambos with crypto. I can buy houses with crypto. I can buy groceries with crypto. I can buy pizza with crypto. Why stop there? You can get prostitutes and everything else with crypto too, homie. Despite Bitcoin losing roughly 70% of its value since peaking in December 2017 during the last bull,
Taihutu still has the tattoo, and he is still bullish. He bought most of his BTC in February 2017 when it cost around $1,000 per coin. Okay, hold up right there. Think about that. If he sold everything and bought it when it was only $1,000, meaning he sold his house and car and everything, what if he cashed out in December 2017? So let's say you went all in February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. And 10 months later, he sold when the coin was at $19,500. Man, something tells me I don't think he sold anything in December. But let's see. He then bought more in November 2017 when it was closer to $10,000 and moved his family to a trailer park about 20 minutes away from their home, where he says they've enjoyed a much more natural lifestyle by the woods. So he became a camping family. I wonder, ladies, and be honest, if your husband came to you and said, hey, we selling the cars, we selling the house, we're going to go live in a trailer park by the woods because I believe in this Bitcoin stuff. How many of you women would be down with that? And be honest. You'd be cool with that? Something tells me that this isn't a black family. I'm just saying. Bitcoin is currently trading around $6,300. Although, now think about that though. $6,300, that's still a huge jump from $1,000 when he went in. Although he wouldn't specify just how much money he has invested, Taihutu says he lost roughly $500,000 from the market crash. So you know what? He didn't sell in December. Now Bethany's a different animal. Bethany understands and knows what's going on. She'd probably be the first to say, sell everything. I know what's about to happen with the crypto space. So no, he didn't sell nothing. While this is a 50% drop, this is huge, but then again, we are in it for the long term. So in our opinion, we will reach a new all-time high this year. I don't think it's going to happen this year. Next year, yeah. I remember Philly? What did Tim Draper say? Bitcoin will be at least $1 million per coin in the future. He went in at $1,000. He went all in. In a more recent interview, Taihutu has pulled back somewhat, predicting BTC will end the year somewhere between $15,000 and $20,000. I don't know about that. I don't know. I cannot predict how it's going to end up this year. I can predict what's going to happen next year. But he also reveals that his quest for Bitcoin dominance is about more than speculation. After a brief stint on the beaches in Thailand, Taihutu has moved the family to Holland. Holland? Isn't it cold up there? Where they've registered as homeless to avoid Dutch authorities, whom he fears may pursue him for taking his kids out of school. Man, you really going in on it. What was that last documentary? I think it was CNBC did about that dude that called himself a furry, living in a treehouse in the woods. Self-proclaimed Bitcoin millionaire. I mean, that's really taking it to the extreme. It says, we still think the normal schools prepare the kids for the past. We prepare them for a decentralized future. I can't argue with them with that one. I mean, that's smart. I'm bringing up Philly again because we talked about this in Philly. There's two reasons why you need to know about crypto, why you need to be educated on it. The first is so that you can become an investor and change your family tree. I mean, that's a no-brainer. But the second, because not too many people out there, in fact, most people do not have an investor's mindset. Most people have a broke mindset. And when I say broke mindset, they only know of life of going to school, getting good grades, and getting a good, safe, secure job, a job that will take care of you for the rest of your life. They work that cycle for 40 years, saving and putting in the 401k and hoping that the country doesn't go into a recession. Most people have a job mentality. I didn't say that's wrong. That's a fact. But even if you have that mentality, you still must be educated on crypto, because the jobs of the future will all be revolving around blockchain technology. So when you go in and you start doing, looking for a job and you're filling out a job application, when they start saying, do you have word skills? Do you have Excel? How many words can you type a minute? Do you understand Adobe? Then it's going to be like, do you understand blockchain technology? What blockchain skills do you have? Distributed ledger. Do you know coding? You go, what's that? Oh, yeah. So if you just want to get a job in the future, you're going to need to know and understand crypto. Okay, getting off track here. Let's get back to this. It says they currently live in a Bitcoin mobile home sponsored by XWise, a Bitcoin company. Okay, that's smart. He doesn't even have to pay for it. Tai Hudu gives speeches on Bitcoin and has followers and supporters from all over the world who send him everything from meals to artwork. Okay, I'm beginning to like this guy a little bit more. I like that. Never spend your own money. He living off everybody else's money. It's totally sane what I did. I changed from a suit working to just a free guy, and I definitely can't argue with that. Being rich or being freed is not dependent on how much money you have in your bank account. It's a lifestyle. The ability to come and go as you please without anybody telling you what to do and still being able to survive. There's a difference. You don't have to have $1 million in the bank to have freedom. I purchased my freedom in 2012 when I fired my boss, walked off my job. I never forget the look on their face. I went to my job that day in shorts and sandals, and they thought I lost my mind. I'm like, I make more money than all of you in here. I'm out. The ability to come and go as you please. Freedom. So I can't knock him on that sentence there. I'm just a free guy. He says it brought him and his family closer together. And despite the loss from the bear market, he says money was not the sole motivation. My goal wasn't to become a millionaire. My goal was to change life. And I changed this life. I achieved this change in my life, and I'm very happy with it. The shakeup was motivated by his father's impending death in 2017. He was only 61 when he passed away. You realize life can go very fast. Tai Hudu says he inherited workaholic tendencies from his father, who used to run a private institute teaching people computer applications. It was his father's restrictive lifestyle that set him on his existential quest. The last year he lived, he changed. He understood my decision because he knew that I saw it could go very fast. That's interesting. My father's a workaholic as well. And the look on my dad's face when I retired at 36 years old, he was like, what do you mean you retired? Are you going to sit at home on the couch all day? I'm like, no, I'll still work hard. I'm working hard in my own business now. I'm not working for somebody else. He never really understood that until maybe a couple of years ago. He has an appreciation for what I do. Anyways, I hope you learned something from that article. I thought that was real interesting. You got people out there that are willing to drop it all, give up everything for the pursuit of freedom, Bitcoin freedom. Now, again, I don't advise that you do that. But if you do, more power to you. I wish you the best of success. Now, it's time for the final article. Yep. Yep, it's that time again. Oh, hold up. I'm going to get shut down if I play that song like that. I need to do it, hold on, in a different way. I already got Facebook wanting to always shut me down. I can't have YouTube trying to shut me down. They're good at doing that. All right, the last article. Cryptocurrency finally takes off in the porn industry. There we go. We're back. I know it's been a while. I know some of you guys have missed it. As a disclaimer here, if you are offended by the topic of sex, it may go against your beliefs. I completely respect that. Now's the time to log off so that you're not influenced by some devil language or whatever. But we're going to talk about it. Why? Because it's in Forbes magazine, and it is cryptocurrency news. So let me put this link in the chat box. That's right, Lashana. Here we go. It's that time. It's that time. It's been a while. All right, so let's pick up this article. Cryptocurrency finally takes off in the porn industry. So you notice, the last articles I've read in the past, and I've been covering this since over a year ago, 2017. We talked about the porn industry that's accepting cryptocurrency. And whenever you have new technology, the first ones to jump on is the criminal industry and the sex industry as an alternative. And we've covered the Bunny Ranch adding Bitcoin ATM machines. You remember that's the one where Lamar Odom spent 70 grand in a week and then was found in some kind of drug-induced coma. Then you have in the strip clubs, the women are getting QR code tattoos on your body so that no more making it rain with cash. Fellas are waving around their Bitcoin wallets on their cell phones and scanning certain body parts of women to pay them. By the way, we still have not done investigative research to find out exactly where those tattoos are. So anybody that's in Vegas, I would love to hear some feedback. Then we talked about prostitutes and pimps and hookers. See here, if you ever want to know if Bitcoin is real money, the moment you see prostitutes and hookers and strippers that are accepting Bitcoin as payment for their services, oh, you better believe it's real money. Because try paying them in monopoly money and see what happens to you. It's real money, ladies and gentlemen. We also covered Playboy, Pornhub, and etc. Getting in on the game. And not only getting in on it, there's coins that have been created to represent this industry. Now, I had to go back. Somebody called me out on this months ago, was offended that I was covering this topic and talking about crypto porn coins. And I'm like, it's news. You don't have to like it or not, but guess what? I'm going to make some money off of it. I own some of these coins. All right, so let's see what Forbes magazine has to say. According to recent market research conducted by the porn studio Vogo V, I have not heard of that one. As of 2018, about 470 adult sites, 50 webcam platforms, and 35 sex shops worldwide accept cryptocurrencies as a form of payment. I did not know it was that big now. 470 adult video sites? That may seem like a lot, but relative to the overall size of the sprawling adult industry, it really isn't. In fact, for an industry that prides itself on a history of early tech adoption and popularization from VHS tapes to internet payments. I mean, if you know the history of sex, you go back to how the old people in the olden days, how did they get their porn? How did they get their Playboy before there was Playboy? And then when VHS tapes came out, then, you know, it moved from the magazines onto VHS tapes. Then it moved to the CDs and all that stuff. Then it moved to the internet. It's going to move to the blockchain. Yeah, it's going to be on the blockchain. Big and well-known companies, especially like Pornhub and Wicked, never heard of that, flirted with accepting crypto for years before making any moves. And most sites long focused on accepting Bitcoin, arguably the best known and most dominant coin, rather than exploring new or numerous alternative cryptocurrencies. Now, Gina says the screen is black. Here we go. They don't like what I'm talking about. Might be shutting me down. On my other computer, it's coming up for me fine. Can you guys still see the screen, or is it gone black for you? And if it's gone black, Gina, just hit the refresh button, and it should clear up on your end. All right. Early attempts to develop coins meant to serve the adult industry specifically, like 2014's A Little on the Nose Titcoin flopped miserably. I didn't hear of that one, but that predates. I didn't know about crypto like that, 2014. Businesses didn't need to use something hazy and new like crypto, says Vogo V co-founder Alexei Mayetny, also known as Marcus Dupree. Huh? Oh, okay, that's his stage name, Marcus Dupree. Says his adult film performer and director pseudonym. Traditional technologies worked and still work pretty well for payments. Adult companies also recognize, he adds, that until recently, few of their customers used or were clamoring to pay with crypto. It's the early industry still. What they say, it's like the internet in 1992. Nobody was looking at porn on the internet in 1992. AOL dial-up. Well, they did have pictures, I guess, back in those days. Maybe not videos. Since the middle of 2017, though, the adult industry has switched gears entirely. Last year, major sites like Xhamster and Naughty America finally started accepting Bitcoin. Over the first half of this year, Pornhub and some of its sister sites announced partnerships with cryptocurrencies Horizon, formerly Zencash, Tron, and Verge. And VRporn.com started accepting Litecoin. Now, we covered that earlier this year, so that shouldn't be any new news for you guys that's been listening to me. Simultaneously, and much more ambitiously, a number of entrepreneurs from the adult and crypto worlds have launched new coins and attendant payment infrastructures aimed at the adult industry. The creators of the OGO coin, Vogo V, Booty Token, it's called Spank Chain, Booty Token, Vice Industry Token, and Wank Coin all seem to believe their systems can solve the economic woes. Hey, don't get on me for these names. Forbes magazine is reporting on this, all right? Their systems can solve the economic woes bedeviling the industry, largely stemming from the fact few people pay for porn anymore, better than other crypto options. And who in the world pays for porn? Who pays for sex? And they all seem to believe that in short order, they will become the dominant crypto payment platform for adult websites and consumers worldwide and other industries too. This is an exciting time, says Alex Hawkins, vice president of major adult tube site Xhamster, with really creative people exploring new systems. Cryptocurrency systems have a lot to offer the adult industry. because credit card companies and banks consider porn a high-risk sector, rife with disputed transactions. Adult sites pay considerably more in fees and workaround costs to process payments than most industries do. Bogovi's materials claim these fees account for up to 13% of the cost of a digital porn purchase. Now, if you're in business to make some money. And just because you're in the porn industry, the merchant accounts, they're charging you more money than a normal business would. So, of course, Bitcoin solves that problem. Says Mayetny thinks it can go up to 19% more. Crypto Systems argues Naiva Sol, vice president of community at Spank Chain, offer a clear record of definitive transactions that mean that no one can consume a performer's content and demand a fake refund or claim they've been defrauded. See, this is one of the major things that crypto solves. It solves the double spending. It solves the fraudulent. I used to run or help run a business, several businesses. And one of the biggest issues we had was chargebacks. Almost brought one of our companies to its knees. We even had I don't know if it was a hacker or what out of New York. We had to have the FBI investigating. That was doing massive amounts of chargebacks. They already took the product, and then they're doing chargebacks on it less than 30 days later. Bitcoin solves that problem. That's why I said remember that prediction I made this morning? By the end of 2019, almost every single network marketing company will be accepting payments and paying commissions in crypto. It solves a huge problem once all the owners figure it out. Also says they also bypass the fees and infrastructure of banks, cards, and payment processors, radically reducing the cost of selling content digitally. For consumers, cryptocurrencies promise a new type of anonymity. So those of you that is doing what you do late at night on your computer, here is more form of anonymity. Although Hawkins argues that adult companies do a good job of trying to protect the privacy of their customers, porn buyers classically, and with some merit, fear that people in a bank or in their homes will be able to tell not just that they consume adult material, but what kinds through their card statements. Cryptocurrency, on the other hand, I guess I can see that. Some of you guys got certain fetishes. You don't want the old lady behind the bank counter to know that you're looking at feet or whatever stuff you're into. Cryptocurrencies, on the other hand, explain Sol, publicly record every transaction on a decentralized ledger, but use a pseudonym, potentially making it much more difficult for anyone to track a person's porn habits. Whether you're a married religious conservative in the United States or Congress or a minister in a church or something, a gay male in Indonesia or a fetishist in the United Kingdom, says Hawkins, getting caught viewing or purchasing adult content can carry significant social and legal risks. So a new degree of anonymity speaks to some. Okay, here's one problem I have as well. The only issue I have with that is that we have some sick bastards out there in the world. And we have another form of industry that's in the sex trade and child enslavement and stuff like that, and child pornography and all that crap. The only problem I have is that this may be able to mask and hide those individuals who I think need to be prosecuted and put underneath a bus or a jail cell somewhere. But, with everything that's good, it also comes the bad that comes with it. And that's the case in any industry, any new technology. So the government or the officials are going to have to figure out a new way to make sure that the innocents are protected. So the benefits of cryptocurrency for adult businesses are so great, says Lisa Moore, vice president of drporn.com, that we would love to go 100% crypto in the future. Despite the fact that these benefits have been clear to many in the adult and crypto worlds since the early days of Bitcoin, it makes sense that crypto initiatives in this sector are only coming into the spotlight or taking off now. Crypto Systems points out Alec Helmy, founder and publisher of the adult industry news site XBiz, come with a steep learning curve for any industry. A lack of consumer knowledge of or engagement with these systems for much of the past decade limited the appeal of pushing past early adoption barriers. But more notes, 2017 especially witnessed a massive uptick in consumer knowledge and use of and hype surrounding cryptocurrencies, with widespread mainstream adoption reaching a fever pitch, explains Corey Price, the vice president of adult streaming behemoth Pornhub. We thought it an appropriate time to penetrate the market and start accepting cryptocurrencies. Interesting use of words. Despite increasing popular engagement with and enthusiasm about cryptocurrencies, though, initiatives in the adult industry probably won't take off in earnest anytime soon, especially those like Vice Industry, VogoV, and Linkcoin that hope to build wholly new crypto systems. I don't see those going anywhere anytime soon. Those are what you call the first adopters. But there are two coins that I think are going to go somewhere, and I'll share them again at the end. Cryptocurrencies are still, me admits, confusing for many consumers, conceptually and practically. This may be an especially big problem in porn world. For now, remember early adoption? Let me go back to a quote I just posted this morning. Oh, I'm geeked by this. Bad Boys 3's coming out? Yeah, okay. Okay, where did I do that post? Here we go. Looking at crypto and only seeing the scams is like looking at the internet in 1999 and only seeing the bubble. Or better yet, looking at crypto and seeing no use cases is like looking at the internet in 1993 when the web was only 3% of traffic. So that's where this is right now. It's still early stages. So don't be like, oh, nobody's using it yet. Yeah, because it hasn't gotten there yet. Because while fans of adult content come in all ages, actual purchases of adult content tend to be slightly older. Is that what it is? You old men out there, you're paying for this stuff? And are more conservative with their purchases and with the technology they use. The new coin systems burbling up in the adult industry are especially complex. Okay, now I'm paying attention. Coins, as most currently seem to require that users buy one type of established cryptocurrency first, then exchange it for their novel token, and store and use it in a specific fashion, a far less intuitive process than paying with a card. Yeah, that's true. It's too many steps. You got to make that sucker simple. Any system that requires massive hurdles, validation, mysterious transactions, and transaction fees, and the creation of new accounts, argues Hawkins, is dead on arrival in most cases. That is true. Too many steps. Like I learned a lesson in Philly. We gave away Bitcoin for the very first time. And it was the first time we did it, so we know how to do it next time, a little bit more streamlined. But we had everybody download their Bitcoin wallets for the very first time, and we wanted to give them Bitcoin. And there was just too many steps that you had to take. And a new person understanding, where do I go to get which button do I click on? That's going to get ironed out. It's going to be easier as you go. Because I kind of forgot, if you're not doing crypto and Bitcoin every day, this is a foreign world to you. It's completely brand new. It's not just setting up a PayPal account and depositing money. So anyways, coins in general, and especially new and small ones, are also notorious for their value volatility. Many fail quickly to or vanish, sometimes after their inventors seemingly make off with all of early adopters' hard assets. As Soul summarizes things, there are a lot of crap coins out there. The average porn consumer, she adds, doesn't want to read a white paper and a forum and some Medium articles just to judge the validity of a payment option. No, the average porn consumer just wants to, watch their porn and do what they got to do. They don't want to have to sit there and try to figure out, dang, I got to open up a wallet. I got to read the white. I got to do this and that. I mean, I'm trying to do what I got to do before the kids get up. Promises of improved privacy alone probably can't motivate consumers to overcome these barriers. As Hawkins notes, most porn consumers are driven by impulse and immediacy. There's the word, immediacy, rather than a careful consideration of their anonymity beyond, say, entering a private web browsing mode. Some tech critics also argue that no coin truly offers the perfect anonymity some may seek. The adult world's new crypto platforms are experimenting with all manner of incentives for user adoption. And here's another reason why I cover this stuff, is because it's like when the military and the sex industry uses something, the rest of the mainstream follows suit. They're just the first. And so I kind of get a good heads up on what's to come because they're testing it out. Vogovy and Vice Industry advertise discounts on content at some partner sites if users pay with tokens. Let's put it this way. If Pornhub is able to solve the immediacy problem of dealing with tokens and crypto, you don't think Amazon, eBay, Alibaba, Walmart, you don't think that they're going to implement the same thing that they solved it? That's exactly what's going to happen. That's why you got the early adopters. They're the early adopters first. So discounts alongside privacy promises ideally act as incentives for people to move away from streaming free porn and towards actually buying high quality content. Spank Chain and Vogovy stress the measures they are taking to control price fluctuations in their tokens. Vogovy also claims that its coin users can contribute to the porn making process by regularly providing input on the kind of scenes they want to see and voting on which potential scripts they want the studio to produce. Oh, that's some form of putting you in the game, so to speak, interactivity. The company has a lottery active now too, which offers early adopters a chance to win an all expenses paid trip to Los Angeles, LA, West Side, to attend an adult industry party. Now, I announced earlier that I'm probably going to be a panelist on the Blockchain Goes Hollywood event in February, but that's not this type of party, all right? Vice Industry even offers to pay users tokens for watching porn. And this is going to be, you're going to start seeing this everywhere. You're going to see companies that are going to reward you for using their product. I forgot to mention that prediction this morning. In 2019, watch, you're going to have all sorts of companies saying, we're going to reward you in tokens for being active in our community. I even know cell phone companies. They're going to pay you in their tokens just for using their phone. What? Think of it like frequent flyer miles. When you fly, and if you gain up enough points, then you might be able to get one flight for free. That is going to be everywhere. Let me say that again. That is going to be everywhere. Everybody's going to have their own coin. I already have people talking to me right now about coming out with the Bitcoin Brandon coin and having it ready for February. Why? You'll see later. But everybody, Kim Kardashian's going to have her own coin. Everybody's going to have their tokens. Okay. So some sites already offer discounts for users paying in established currencies like Bitcoin, discounts alongside privacy. Wait, hold on, I already read all that part. Let's go down. Wankcoin claims that it will do the same in the near future. This may seem counterintuitive, but basically they think this will lead to deeper and longer user engagement, really, with content and allow them to generate robust data on viewer habits, creating real value that is worth paying for. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm reading this and it's the topic of sex, but certain words are popping out to me. It's funny to me. Mayetny also tells me Vogelv is investing heavily in user interface and experience research to try to make onboarding intuitive for any consumer. Bankchain Soul says, takes pains to create and promote educational content. Hey, even they know in the sex industry that education is key. Sex workers using their platform help educate users as well, she adds. Are you serious? So while they're doing what they're doing, they're going to educate you on crypto at the same time? Hey, whatever works. Still, these incentives may not be enough to draw users to new crypto platforms. Until consumers are comfortable with a particular coin, argues Hawkins, there will be limited use. Hey, this is a long article. Good grief. All right, we'll keep going because this is interesting. In some ways, this mirrors the early days of internet payment processing, he adds, where consumers were very hesitant to enter credit card numbers. Where would they go? Who could track it? What would they get? It took a while for major payment processors to emerge, and through their size and partnership to earn legitimacy in the eyes of consumers. Established porn companies may be hesitant to lend legitimacy to new adult crypto systems via adoption or partnerships as well, limiting their ability to become ubiquitous and trusted payment infrastructures. Granted, all these new initiatives have already built partnerships with at least a few adult sites or networks, although some of them are not exactly prominent industry actors. Bankchain and Vogelv work openly and prominently with major figures in the industry as well, who can not only market systems to fans, but help position coins to make their cases for partnerships. And Vice Industries will pay you to watch porn. Pitch has generated gobs of mainstream press attention, much of it fairly positive. New adult-focused crypto platforms, and you can already see that. There's already an app out there that will pay you to walk. What? You guys have the Fitbit stuff where you're able to count all your steps? Well, there's an app that allows you, that's going to give you coins and pay you for walking, for getting in shape. You're going to see this all over there. They're going to pay you for action or interacting. New adult-focused crypto platforms also make some strong business arguments for partnerships. Vice Industries' promise of rich new data and better consumer engagement may be especially enticing, although one has to wonder about the value of data or engagement generated via a reward system that seems so gameable. I just had a thought. Yeah, I don't know how many of you guys are into the gaming stuff like Comic-Con, or watch. Comic-Con is going to adapt this stuff as well. All of these video games are going to have their own coins because they're already bringing in real world currency to pay for in-game content. This is a perfect adoption for them. Competition won't be a huge problem for these platforms, as in theory, they can all coexist within the same industry. Both seem to plan to eventually accept not just their own tokens, but a wide variety on their platform, perhaps including each other's. Eventually, they could all become ubiquitous. Helmy likens this to the many equally viable and accepted credit card payment companies in the world today. But Mayetny acknowledges most existing adult industry token projects will die. Just like the dot-com era, 1998, 99, most of those dot-com companies died. Did that kill the internet? No. Just like if you look at CoinMarketCap right now, most of the coins on there will die. They will go away. You've got to be able to guess accurately or have an educated guess which coins will be here long term. Most of them are going to disappear. So you don't know which one's going to become the next Amazon. Green. So the perks of these new systems may not be enough to garner a critical mass of partnerships for functional growth, utility, and legitimization. Most of these systems have faced a few hitches in their early days as well. Spank Chain reportedly recently dealt with a hacking incident. Sol tells me a firm just declined to do a security audit for them because of optics. And this summer, Playboy TV sued the party that was supposed to make Vice Industry tokens work on their site, alleging the company had failed to deliver. It was more than that. What they didn't realize is that they also had a deal with Pornhub, and they thought it was exclusivity. I did a Facebook Live about that this summer. Given the false starts of earlier attempts at building adult industry crypto systems and widespread skepticism about fly-by-night operations in the crypto world, any early foibles, even entirely understandable and forgivable ones, could generate skepticism. Although startups like Vogo V aim to partner with hundreds of porn sites and become ubiquitous and trusted within the next year, VR Porn's Moore argues that most emerging porn-focused coin systems have almost no traction whatsoever. She believes that the established tokens like Bitcoin will probably become the dominant crypto forces in the adult industry. I don't think so. Again, the people are looking for anonymity. It will more likely be, if it's going to be one of the established ones, it would be like Monero or Dash or something. Even if they are still somewhat volatile and don't speak as explicitly to the needs of the adult industry, they similarly offer more efficient payments and new levels of consumer privacy. They also have larger and more active user bases and established payment systems and are easier to acquire for crypto novices by far. I'm not sure why a payment system intended for porn would be chosen over a mainstream coin, she adds, but maybe one of these projects will find a clever way to succeed, and they will. Regardless of which types of tokens die or gain traction in the adult industry, though, Moore and others are convinced that crypto will slowly proliferate in the adult world as payment systems overall gradually grow better known, more widely used, and more intuitive. Many of the technologies that we take for granted in the adult today took years before they gained mainstream acceptance, notes Hawkins. When we think of the internet revolutionizing adult content, it actually took nearly a decade before it became the default point of consumption. That is very, very interesting. It is a great read, or as Bethany says, a great read or listen. But again, it just goes to show that the blockchain technology is disrupting every industry. And I mean every industry. Nothing is safe from the blockchain. You may think you're hiding underneath your covers or in the back rooms of your basement. The blockchain is going to find you. It's going to get to you. You can't run or you can't hide from it. All you can do is be prepared for it. And again, education is the key. And if you're looking to get more educated, 10 minutes from now, I will be doing a live presentation on our company, KGX, that provides crypto education to the world. You can go to www.kgxglobal.info in 10 minutes. So with that, thank you guys for listening and joining us tonight. I hope those of you that didn't get too offended by the topic of sex, but it's real, it's here, and it's in crypto. Everybody have a good night. Bitcoin Brandon out. I'll see you all in 10 minutes. Bye-bye.